when the people of the derechos humanos, civil rights, they come over here, the president of this commission was from Venezuela.
The one that came here last August?
Yes.
Well, because they had a report that there were human rights violations here.
Right.
And you say he's from Venezuela?
Yes, the president of this commission was from Venezuela.
So
and the other was from Argentina. And you figure this is people we know that's been helping us, Mr. Zelaya, you know. And they say it's many people die in this country. It's rivers of blood. And when they come here, they find out there was 1 or 2 people died, and no have proof to point the police or the army.
One of the things that this commission said, this Human Rights Commission said, is that thousands were being detained since June 28th. Is that not true?
It's not true. They don't find nobody in the jails.
So nobody's been rounded up and arrested?
Well, sometimes they arrest the people, find out if they are guilty or not, they put in the house. Since they, in case some people went and burned some Pizza Hut or other places, you know, and they took these people, arrest these people, and send it to the court to find out if they are guilty or not. We are not guilty, out. We are guilty, in jail.
All right. So it's the way that the report reads is that you and your interim government are rounding up people, detaining them, and committing these human rights violations. But you say that you laugh at that.
Because it's not true.
Okay. Okay.
Because they came over here, but they trying to find thousands of people in the hospital wounded because the army or the police they don't find anybody. They don't find anybody in the jails. They don't find rivers of blood. They don't find more than 3 or 4 people to say die, but they never prove was killed because it was in some and they been broken windows, and they have been doing this and writing in the walls of the people who's been with the government, and it's okay. We let them to do that because our constitution permits that. More than that, they can have trouble. They can have to go to jail.
How long have you known Mr. Zelaya?
For a long time, because he was in some time congressman for one time.
More than 10 years?
Yes, more than 10 years.
More than 20 years?
No, more than 10 years.
What's he like?
Well, in the beginning, he was a democratic man, you know. He's a nice guy. And we work for him. I am for the same party. I'm Liberal Party. And I work with him. And one of the more powerful votes he find in my state, in my departamento. And we help him, we support him, we try to make him the power for go to the election and make him president.
So you voted for him?
Yes, I am helping to find him many votes for him. And after that, he was in the beginning the same Manuel Zelaya. After a year, he started changing because all the ministers of his appointed to be Secretary of State, every from the left side, communist, or people who like the left, you know. And we start talking, the Democratic people start talking about what's going on with our president, what's going on with our president. But he started being friend of Nicaragua with Senor Ortega, started being close friend with Mr. Hugo Chavez. There was a good friend with Correa.
North Korea?
With Correa.
Oh, Correa.
The president of Ecuador.
Right.
And he point for a secretary of Relaciones Exteriores. ¿Cómo se dice? She start open that opportunity to these people to run this country, to move in this country with passport, Honduran passport, with visa, Honduran in their passport, you know.
Yeah.
And we was worried about that thing because American country, North American, United States, telling us to try to procure, not let to these countries have the visa Honduran, because we know many of them are terrorists. There's a big chance to them to go to the United States to commit crime, you know. If we was worried about all this stuff. I don't know what happened with the ambassador of Honduras, Mr. Hugo Lawrence. He don't care. We talk to him every once in a while, and we explain him what's happening in Honduras.
Well, did you ever say to Mr. Zelaya, why are you appointing these communists? What is, you know, if you disagreed with it, did you ever ask him about it and confront him with it?
I want to say that.
Okay.
I want you people hear that. We have a reunion with Mr. Hugo Lawrence in his house here in Tegucigalpa, in the capital of our country. We went to him, 3 persons. I'm going to say my name, Roberto Micheletti. Another 2 men, it's okay. You can find out someday. But he was Zelaya, he was Mr. Patricia Rodas, and there was Enrique Flores Lanza. The Mr. Hugo Lawrence was there, sit there, and the other guy named Simon, his assistant or whatever. And we begged Zelaya not gonna do this pool. If they say in the pool has to be a new constituyente. 3 nights I went to these reunions. Another friend, the same friends, went to 5 times in a house of the Mr. Ambassador Hugo Lawrence. I don't know if he report this conversation to his boss in the United States.
Clinton, Secretary Clinton.
I don't know.
Or whoever.
I don't know, whatever. But we explained him, and he never said anything. And when the Congress, we're going to take this decision in the 25th of June. He called me at the Congress and says, please, Micheletti, don't do that because my country is not going to accept that situation. And I said, but please, talk to this man. He's crazy. He's going to take to this country to the a dictator. Do something, please. I got witness. I told him about it. And nothing happened. The Saturday I called him and say, did you talk to this man? Did you talk to Mr. Zelaya? Don't do that, the pool with constituyente. I say, well, we have to wait until he do that. Means we have to wait until he take the power of the country. To do what? I'm very glad he fight with the army. They were so worried. They was asking, begging him to take them out of this situation, because the army is a professional army in our country. The people they devote to the constitution of our country.
Could you not impeach him?
Explain me what.
Could you? I mean, don't you have legal power or in your constitution to get rid of a president in a way other than putting him on a plane and getting him out of the country?
Well, we can do that because in our constitution says to in our law, in one of book of our law says, if I give the Supreme Court give order to arrest you, and you're going to be a big trouble for many people, even there's going to be many people dead, you can take some decision. Okay? Mm-hmm. And we try to do that. If he is here, if we keep him in some jail here, there's going to be many of the people, like the same people is in these meetings in his favor. This is aggressive people, and it's why they're supposed to do this the best. You know, we call in our law is the chance of no calamity.